warm welcome to one and all present in this virtual platform. To know more about our college, SA Engineering College was established in the year 1998 and is successfully continuing its educational service beyond 25 years of excellence. SA Engineering College has taken the forefront of technical education through its distinctively different and carefully nurtured standards. The college is approved by the AICTE New Delhi and is affiliated to Anna University, accredited by the NBA, and has an A grade from the NAC and also an ISO 9001 and 2015 certified institution. The college believes in preparation for the life ahead in all earnest and provides every opportunity to grow beyond academics. In view of the same, many in house programs like placement trainings, value added courses, workshops, conferences, symposiums, and guest lectures are organized to make the students industry ready. Now, I request the participants to have another mobile or laptop to easily access the quiz after the expert talk. We all have assembled here today to motivate and cherish the young minds present among us. At this juncture, I feel honored to welcome our resource person of today, Ms. V. Vaishnavi, React developer, Cognizant Tech Solutions Chennai, to the Tech Series 3.2 to talk about introduction to app sheets, web design using app sheets, and no code development platform.
Thank you so much for the warm welcome. So, greetings everyone, and I'm Vaishnavi, and I'm a React developer at Cognizant, as it is said. So, I hope this session you'll get the utmost by the end of the session. So, let's get started. And any queries that you have during the midway, you can always post it in the chat box, and I'll adjust to them at the end of the session. So, let's get started. Oh, can I share my screen? Is it okay now? Is it a good time? I hope my screen is visible. Okay. So the hot topic today is about AppSheet, and to talk about this, first we'll get to know what is AppSheet. Then we'll have a hands-on experience, as in you'll get to know how to use it and what and all you can use it for. So the first thing first, AppSheet, it is basically a no-code platform. You don't need any prior knowledge in coding or say programming. You just have to know how to use a modern web application. That's it. And it is very friendly to use, and it's very easy for you to deploy it into any kind of device out there. You can basically build up a mobile application or a web application, anything. And it can be iOS, else it can be a APK. It supports both of them when it comes to mobile, and it's similar for systems as well, web applications as well. So that's one biggest plus of AppSheet. And compared to the regular, that is the conventional way of building up applications, this is one of the easiest and starters friendly method. Here you'll get to learn a lot along the way, not a lot during your start of the building an application, but sure along the way when you move further into it, get to know everything about it, you'll find it very easy, friendly, and you'll possibly use it for your everyday utilization. So that's one of the major plus of AppSheet, and one of the easiest and quickest way to learn how to build a APK application. So moving ahead, so what do you need? The basic needs or requirements for building up these kind of applications is basically any device out there with an internet connection. You just need the device with a good internet connection and you're good to go. This is again an advantage, I would say, because not a lot of us you know we have access to our systems like on the run, like as in like going to work, or say you're on the move to somewhere, from your home to college. You'll have this time, plenty of time in between. So most of us travel from a long way. So during this time you can actually sit down and create an app in just an instance. It's like it don't even take you a lot of time. It's going to just take you some 2 or 3 minutes to build up this application. Once you have a backend setup, once you have a stable backup setup. And moving forward, here let's actually have a look into how we can create an application with it. Yeah. So before that, so let's get started. So before moving ahead, I just want to give you one more small brief before getting started to create a new app, application. I guess someone is unmuted. Can you please mute yourself? Someone- Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so basically to create this application, the first thing that you have to do is go to your Google and type app sheet, and the first link that will be on the display is Google App Sheet, and you can either access it through Google, through your Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge. But I prefer Google Chrome, so yeah, I already have it opened over here. Let's go there. Okay, well, let's get started with the existing data. So the first thing we'll be giving is a name to our application that we are creating. So here I'm just saying sample 20 April. Okay. And the category that I'm gonna do, the category that this is gonna fall today in is, let's say, inventory management. You can basically use this to create multiple kinds of applications with it. And today I'll be showing you the most easiest and the basic way of creating and using this application. And as for the data source for this application, that is for the app sheet is concerned, for this app, you don't need a high level API built backend and all to run it in the front end. You just need a basic Excel sheet, else Google Sheet to create this application. So here I'm going ahead and okay, I don't have any existing one. We'll create one and then we'll start using it. At the end of it, I'll also show you the ones that I have been working on so far. I have two running applications. One of them is actually a deployed one, which I have sold it to a person and I did it for them. So I'll show you that too. So you can have a broader idea about what this app sheet is and how it works. But yeah, if you're gonna use a Google Sheet or something, for starters, like for basic things, it's okay to get started just like that. But I would suggest for you to really get into the depth of learning everything about Excel and spreadsheet, so that it'll make it more convenient for you to use the app sheet efficiently. This is one way of the data source that we can take in to create the application. But if not, you can have multiple data sources. You can have a cloud SQL as well. Basically, you can have an entire backend set it up completely and then use it to use it to link it with the front end to use it. So here we'll just have a sample form kind of a thing, wherein we'll have let's say serial number, name, and this phone number. And there is one more beautiful thing with the app sheet. That is It can replicate the exact data that is demanded in the backend to the front end without doing anything, without like literally doing anything. This. Okay. We'll have a sample record here. Let me do mine. Don't worry, it's not my number. I'm just using a random number over here. This is my email. In case if you have any doubts regarding app sheet ever in future, you can feel free to reach out to me and I'll help you. Yeah. Okay. So here you go. So we have a sample right now over here. I know it's just one data, but we'll include a lot more page of it. Okay. We have a sample data over here. Okay, over here. You can see the one that we just created. Okay. It's getting loaded up. So the moment I give a sample data, it comes up with a default UI wherein it gives you a basic setup of the UI design of the data source that's been given to it, that's been fed to it. So we can customize this even better with according to our requirement. Yeah. So as I told you before, I told you that this is going to replicate exactly what we feed to it, right? So this UI is going to be created in such a way that it will not be just a regular UI, but with features included. It will also give you a better UX as well. So here UI means user interface and UX means user experience. So these are the two most important things when it comes to building an application. Say if it is a mobile application or a web application. So these are the most very crucial things that should be kept in mind. Now, you might ask why. See, nobody is attracted to what is in the back end when we give it a try at first, right? So, what is in front of us, what is like in the outer is all that matters at the first glance of anything that you see. So, it applies to applications as well. So, over here, UI is nothing but the view that is whatever we see as soon as we open it, the designs, the texture, the color coding, everything comes under UI. Now, UX is the functionality, how smooth it goes, like the functionality. Say, suppose I'm making a payment. Um, let's say Flipkart payment. So if I'm going ahead and making a payment, and if I'm able to like carry out that entire process without any hustle, then it can be said as that particular application has a great UX design as well, because it is letting me go through go through the flow of the application without any hustle, without any disturbance, in a quick run. It makes it so friendly for the users that you'll feel nothing when you make a payment with Flipkart using UPI or card or anything, you say. Okay, so that is why it is very important for each and one of you to know that when it comes to building up an application, It is very, very, very crucial to keep in your mind that you have to come up with a great UI and UX designs. Else case, no matter how much functionality you have in your application, at the end of the day, they are still going to not, take up your application to their use. So over here, as I was saying before, that this application not only lets you build an application with the given source, but it also studies the application's data source and then comes up with its own type. I mean, not its own type. I mean, comes up with the type that have been defined there. Yeah. So here it is taking it as yeah, rename it to name. Let it be common to for now. Maybe we have made a mistake over here. Yeah, it's N. Okay, now another one more thing that you have to note down over here is when you load your app sheet, make sure that you have the data set. Because if you're gonna miss out any data, or give out any blank details or something, it's definitely gonna mess it up instead of giving an error. Since app sheet is like fully developed version code, it's not a beta version, it is a fully developed version. It was a beta version a year ago, where the time when I started with AppSheet, but now it is actually a fully developed version. But still, sometimes they have these kind of bugs wherein it will not let you know that there has been an error in the backend. It will simply not load up the data, and it will say that the server is down or something. Yeah. So always make sure to come back, check your data, and then move ahead. Okay. So here, what we're gonna do is, okay, we are gonna rename first. As we see over here on the right side, this is the basic default setup of the application. So we are going to go ahead and change a lot of things over here, play with a little color so that we can come up with a beautiful one, at least something more appealing to the eyes. Okay. So first we'll change the view name. Your view name is nothing but the name over here in the bottom taskbar of the application. Yeah. So I'll give it as records. So we're going to have all the records over here. And there is also a lot of things that will be coming up with in a while. Before moving ahead, as I was pointing out that if you make a mistake in the back end, you will see that it is not going to throw any error, or you know it is actually a bug which can be called as a feature, because it will still stay the way we loaded it up. So to make it more precise and more on point, we have to go to data, do a regenerate schema. So what this will do is it will again go to its backend, go to the backend and reload the backend data into the front end, which will correct any mistakes or any changes that we make in the backend data source. That's what happened over here. Okay. So moving ahead, let's go and do a little UI design for this. And now, as I said before, this app sheet is basically for basic utilization. It's more like you starters. It's just only for the starters, and it's not for high-end people who want to include a lot more functionalities and things into any application. So this is going to only give you a strictly limited functionality for UI designs. It'll have its own set of predefined UI design. I guess Google has still not come up with its best version of AppSheet. If it does, I guess there'll be a lot of downfall in APK creators in market. So yeah, so, okay. First thing first, as we see over here, this particular icon for the records doesn't seem any appealing. So we'll first change its icon. For that, what you have to do is you have to go to your left sidebar, wherein you'll see this mobile icon. If you hover over it, you can see views as an option. Click on it, and you'll be loaded into this particular page. Now, this again is going to contain three of the things. The first primary navigation is nothing but this place over here, the taskbar at the very below at the end of the screen. And menu navigation is basically, this is called as menu navigation. These are the things that it's going to contain. So as I have logged into AppSheet with my email ID, it is calling out my email ID and details over here. And when you do it with yours, it's going to change its name, email ID over there. It's basically just like how you log into your Facebook, Instagram, and stuff. And this is taking its primary ID as your Gmail ID because it's a Google product. So we know how Google product looks. I'm just creating a, yeah, I just created a sample one so that I can show you where all of these falls and where it and how it looks. So this will be the startup page. The primary navigation will be the startup page. So menu navigation is the sidebar in the screen, in the mobile screen on the right side. So this is going to contain all the things, like all the list of options that we are going to have in the menu navigation. And reference view are nothing but it will be entirely, like completely for our reference, and it will be shown nowhere in the screen in the mobile application. Okay, so create new view, say I'm creating a view, F view. I'm giving its name as in, okay, I'm just creating it as such, and let's see if it's showing up anything. Okay, so ref view is not showing up anything because it is just a reference file that we will be using inside of navigation details, wherein you can pull it in and use it there if you want in future. I'll show each and every example, like with the application that I've priorly developed and kept, so you can have a much clear view on this. Okay, yeah. Um, okay. Now you can see AppSheet has this feature that I told, right? It is going to load up data. So most of the time out there, people use their Google Sheet as their database, and we start storing details in our notepads, Google Sheets. We find it way too difficult to do it, right? I mean, it's not friendly. It's not user friendly to use it through your mobile phone. You cannot always open your Google Sheet and type one and next data by zooming in and zooming out. So it's pretty difficult for you to load up data that way. So you can instead use this app sheet to like directly put all this data source inside this application and install this application and use it as a application, mobile application itself. So here I'll try to feed one more data. Here we can see that there is a star on the right corner of the field names. So what these indicate is that it is a required field. So you need to enter details to that field, to those fields. It is compulsory. So here again I'll enter, okay, someone's name. I'll enter Krishna, let's say. And again, I'm giving a dummy data. Please don't go forward and call to that number. It's definitely not mine. So, yeah. Okay. I'm giving again my email ID. So I'll just give sample at email.com. Let's say, and save it. Key one is taken. Let's the key two. Okay. Now we can see that there are two datas over here. We'll have, for our convenience, we'll have one more data. Okay, and save. Okay, so we have three datas right here. So what we are going to do is we are going to change the UI a little bit, wherein we can actually, you know, put it in order if needed. First, we'll do a sort by. Okay, so I'll do it descending because I need to know what is the data that I entered last. Because if you keep entering datas into it, like keep feeding datas into the application, the last entered data is going to go way down. Say you're entering 100 datas a day, what will happen? You will this will go into a category wherein you'll not be able to find the data that you last entered. So that will become a lot difficult for you, right? So for that, we are having this sort by, and there is also group by. You can do it with either numbers, phone numbers, serial number. Usually, this is very useful when you are dealing with dates. If you are entering data every day, okay, and you want to keep track of what data you have entered that particular day at what time, you can include two more fields into your Google Sheets, like date and time, and you can enter those things and we can group it over here in the app sheet. So this is one of the best feature of app sheet, for especially this particular concepts can be like applied in inventory collection, inventory record collection, you know. So that's one of the most, you know, useful thing about app sheet, I guess. Just it's, I know it's very basic, but still at the end of the day, these kind of things that have been included in the app sheet is what makes it way special, because we basically need no knowledge at all to start creating an application. We just have to know that how to work with a computer piece in, you know, in general. So yeah. Okay, over here after group by, we can see that there is primary header, secondary header, second summary column. So primary header is this one over here where we see the serial number is called as primary header. This is for deck view. If you change your view, this contents are going to change like a little bit according to the one you choose. So by content, by type, I mean over here, the view type. You can change it to table, you can change it to gallery. See, if you say, suppose you can even upload images in these data, actually, it'll store it completely fine. All you have to do is just give photo over here and you're good to go. Or let's say image, okay? And just regenerate the data. Let's go and sorry, regenerate the schema. There'll be still little like small technical words here and there. I guess it's not a big deal. You'll be able to follow up, you know, once you have your hands on these applications, you know. Okay, over here we were doing gallery. Okay, okay, photo over here. You can enter anything you want. I'm just entering a dummy data. Okay, and this is the fourth data. Okay, I'm not okay. Okay, and email. Okay, so I'll do save, and in the gallery view, you can see the image. So these are all the useful things that comes with the app sheet. Okay, and I'm changing the view back to tech because that is the most easiest way. I mean, most appealing way for me, appealing option for me. So I'll use that. Here they have not set anything now, so we'll start setting it. I'll say serial number. Say you're collecting data of people who have come to the college today. Okay, you can simply take their picture, enter their roll number, their name, and their class. That's it. That's all you need. That's all you'll need. So you can just scroll it down and you can see whomever is like who is attending today, who is not attending today. You can just keep track of it with a picture. It will be, let's say it's a more advanced version, you know, especially for, especially when you have special class and all, lectures can actually use this method to keep track of people. I know I'm giving ideas, but still, I just want to set some example. Okay, here you can have your phone numbers. So the summary column is nothing but the thing that the particular field name that you'll give over here will be shown on the right corner of the deck. So this whole part is called as deck, and the main image is loaded up here automatically. Okay, so, and these are all auto loaded, according to the fields that we have inside the data source. So this is another feature that comes with AppSheet. You don't have to set up a lot of things. You just have to give it and it will take it. So it makes your work way easier. It's basically lazy person friendly, and it's also called a smart work. So yeah, okay. So let's go to one more thing that I wanted to show is here on the settings. If you go, there is theme and branding. Here you can set a theme, color, app logo, launch image, background image, anything that you need. Color, everything you can style it over here for the app in whole. Okay. So I like that. No, I like light themes a lot better. So if you prefer dark themes, you can perfectly go ahead and do it. You can also custom your colors and like this color, and it's in hexadecimal value, so which is again a plus for computer students, even people who have no coding background, no computer background. Like if you are from any branch, you say, you can still use this to work your way through building applications. It's a starter friendly application, as I told you before. So you can also have your own logo inserted to it, and here I'm just showing you how to set it up. So I'm not going to go ahead and load up any. Okay, I'll just go ahead and load up one of the. Okay, let's see. I'll just pull it from Sense data. Okay, I'm just putting this as my logo here, and my launch image. I want it in blue gradient shade, blue to green. Okay, and background. Let's say, it's not going to show up. And there is also one more thing that needs to be noted. Sometimes in deck view, the background will not be shown as you're going to have a lot of data. It's going to hide the background completely. But if there is no data left, if there is just two or three data in the application, you might need a background to enhance the UI. You know, I'll change this to some other color. That that looks better, I guess. Okay. Here is the accent that you can apply to it. I like this accent better because somehow it enhances the UI way better than how it was looking in the start of the application. But for the font, we are restricted with a set of font styles that are only applicable because the app sheet has not come up with that one. But sure, it has other features like for customizing your application. Okay, that looks better. I wanna show my logo. I'll hide the sidebar since we are not gonna use the sidebar because we don't have much content. And it's going to have the name of the particular, you know, header that we are follow that we are viewing, so that it is much clear for us. Okay, views. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce one more view. Okay. I'm going to call this images, and the data is again going to be loaded from the particular sample 20 April, and this view have will have it as gallery, so that we can only view images over here, and we'll sort it as descending, so that we know who's the person we took the image of, and we'll make it small, okay, tiny. That's better if you have so many data with you. So display. Let's change the icon to something more appealing. Okay. Yeah. So now we can see. So when the particular there is this UX feature that I was talking about, right? So UI is just the view itself, but UX is getting a little bit in depth with the view. So I can easily move around. I can easily feed data. So you know that we have been entering all these details inside of, to the date, feeding all these details through AppSheet, right? So we have not entered anything to our Excel, but yeah, magically it appears over here. So that's my whole point of using this. It automatically captures and feeds data. It basically does all the CRUD operations. CRUD, the abbreviation is creating, um, okay, create, update, retrieve, and delete. Yeah. Create, retrieve, update, and delete. That's the full form of CRUD. And if if you're gonna work with creating applications in future, loading up data's APIs and all that, I know some of you might feel like it is pretty new to you, and some of you might already have prior knowledge on these fields, so the terms might not be as new as to other people. So CRUD is basically create, retrieve, update, and delete. These are the basic operations that we do with an application, and these are going to be like it's going to be in a circle. It's going to come and go. So AppSheet supports all those four things. So yeah. So these are the basic things that you can do with AppSheet. I know it's very basic. What I told you is not even half of what AppSheet is. Due to some timing constraints, I'm not able to explain you entirely about AppSheet. But sure, but with this, I'm pretty sure you can get started and start using AppSheet, because keep up your curiosity. Start going and exploring things. You don't need a laptop to use it, because I know nobody is like too much. Not everyone is too much into using your laptops a lot. So even if you have your mobile phone in your hand, please go ahead. Feel free to go use it, because I know for sure this is going to come very handy, and you can use it in your everyday, like in your everyday life, literally in your everyday life. You can even keep records of your grocery bills, like what you're buying, what not you're buying, whatever you write in your notepad can be returned using this app sheet with just a simple with a simple backend resource. And for that too, I'm giving you a whole package of using a cloud application over here, because AppSheet itself is a cloud application, and Google Sheet again is a cloud application. So basically, you don't have the urge or the need to always maintain your server records and everything. You just have to be sure that you know your data. That's it. That's all you need to know. So this is the data that I had created. It's still in the development. It's a beta version. It's not the complete version of app, completely developed version. But we are using this for now. Okay, there is this company called EDApp, and I have been dealing a little with them, and I have partnered. Okay, I cannot say partnered. We just have a deal wherein I create an application for them. So yeah, so this is the application. So they basically want an application to hold their data in place. As I told you before, you need to have super depth Excel knowledge to do this. shine with your app sheet alone. You can even make money with app sheet, because that's what I'm doing over here with this application. So here is the actual application of this ORD Google Sheet. I've kept it as prototype, but it has been deployed twice and tried once. Okay. So this is the application. So this, okay. So for now we have around 17 data fed into it, and as you can, okay, sorry, my bad. Okay, as you can see, these are the UI designs that we did with the application. This is the application. This is the brand's logo, and we made it as the startup page and also their logo accordingly. They have two things on the side menu. That's why we have a side menu over here. If you want, you can keep it. If you don't, you feel like you don't have a need to it, you can basically hide it. So here are the details of the five, or sorry, six drivers that they have in their, you know, office. So these are the details of them. And when you click on their name, we have made it as such that their name and the job that they have done. That is, this app is basically for keeping the record of, the products that has been delivered, the order that has been placed and delivered. So it is going to hold data of order, not like ordered, not delivered, and delivered. So let us say I have, but this is the order number. I'm just entering my details and going ahead. I'm skipping it because it's my actual details, so I don't want to expose it to people over internet. So yeah. So say suppose this order has come up. We all know that we are now in a, in a society wherein we are not going to any application to place orders. We even like give our orders through Instagram, WhatsApp, even through phone. We are in that kind of place right now. So not every time the people can actually keep record of every order that's coming in. So they found it really difficult because they have to open their laptop or open their mobile phone, feed it inside their Google Sheet, and then save it. So it's pretty difficult for them, right? So to keep record of what is happening, like what are the orders that is coming in, whether it is delivered or not, and if it is delivered, whom it is delivered by. So all of these things can be captured and with one application, and all these data are going to be safely settled inside of this ORD application. Now this application's main source is just this one page alone, and all these other sheets are just duplications, or say reference. Used this orders sheet as a reference, and we come up with some lit data over here. So there are basically no data not delivered, but not delivered, and there are around 17 data that has been delivered. This comes when it has been dispatched, and these are the data that are delivered and are paid through cash, and this is to UPI payment or say card, and drivers details to keep record of them. And here are the customer data. So this is for now some sensitive data. I want to show it. Okay, this is again some lit things that we can do with Excel. It's basically just Excel thing and nothing apart from that. This is just a prototype that I'm showing you. The actual application is not with me. So once the work is done, you can just simply push it to your that particular company's email, and they can have it saved with them, and will only have the access whenever they need an improvement in the application. So we'll not have any sort of link with the application once we deploy it in their systems. And as far as deployment is concerned, you can deploy it, but it is paid. It is actually paid, and you need to pay some amount and then deploy it. And for deployment, once you, okay, I'll just show you deployment. Okay. Run deployability check. So once you do this, you'll have this certain, okay, there are some warnings. I know I cannot deploy it right now. Okay, so if it passes all these conditions, we can go ahead and do the following steps. Once it is all done, the particular person who is the owner of this application will receive an email wherein that email will contain a APK file and a bundle file. And I hope that a lot of you guys know what is APK and APK bundle. APK bundle is going to have everything wrapped up. You just need to install it directly without the support of internet. But APK is like you need. I mean, as for app sheet, that's what is happening. And for APK, when you click on the link, it is going to redirect you to a link in your browser. You have to log into AppSheet and then you can download and install it. Okay, so that is how it is done. So here I'll say not delivered, it is just order placed. And I'm gonna say delivery charge 10 and 2 packs of red and 2 packs of white. Driver name I'll give Visu. Image I'm not interested. Gravy I don't want to buy one. So you can see that there is this all not delivered and delivered. When you go on all, you can see the data that has been fed to it in on those particular days. Okay, so this is what I was talking about when I was talking like what does this group byte do? Group byte does. So this is what it does. On view, you can see that. Okay, that's where I have to go. Here you can see have like grouped it through status, data, and time. Yeah. And there is also this feature wherein actually you can change the details. Simply, this is again a feature that we included in. This is not developed by AppSheet. This is not an automatic feature. We need to work our way through. There is also actions. There are a lot more. As I said before, timing is the constraint. Maybe if you have your hands on this AppSheet, you'll start learning a lot more. The AppSheet. Not just AppSheet. If once you start using Google Sheets, even if you don't know how to use Google Sheets or Excel, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to learn a lot of things through the journey. So once I say dispatched, it is going to change its you know status as dispatched. Okay, I'll say this. I'm gonna enter some dummy data again. Okay, I'll just give. I'm just giving some dummy data. Please don't mind me. I'll say not delivered just to show what is happening. Okay, I'm setting someone's name here and I say save. Now you can see all the three stages, and once you click into it and go into it, you can see that there is the data that is like there is one order that is placed but not yet delivered or not yet dispatched, and you can see the data over here. You can push it to dispatch if needed, and you can delete it if the data has been cancelled or something. Yeah, and here is dispatched. Again, as I told you before, it's going to stage its value to delivered once it is pushed to dispatched. So once I do that, this page is going to go empty and delivers is going to have the data fit inside it. So this is the flow of the application, and basically how you know vast and how much you can do with AppSheet. This is nothing. This was just a basically inventory management, I would say, or let's say record management application. Nothing much other than that. And here we know that Visu has 1 2 orders. These are the orders that were completed by Visu. You can see it over here. And these are some sensitive contents. I don't want to go in and show it to you. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead. And here you can see the details. Okay. So yeah, this is how versatile the app is. You can use it to basically build anything you want, not just this. So, any questions? Any questions again?
Thank you, Vaishnavi, for your
Yeah.
valuable knowledge sharing.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
your valuable time.
Yeah.
Now, hope all our participants had great learning about Google App Sheet with our resource person, Ms. V. Vaishnavi. So, thank you, Vaishnavi.
Yep. Thank you so
Now,
much for the time. Yeah.
yeah, thank you, ma. Thank you. Now
Thank
it's
you.
time for recollect our topic in the form of quiz. So, dear participants, quiz contains 10 multiple choice questions in the following 5 to 7 minutes timing. So, for this quiz, I request all participants type the URL on your browser www.kahoot.it that is shown on chat box. Kindly check it www.kahoot.it. Once you enter into the browser, then type the game pin as 9701384. Dear participants, kindly type the URL www.kahoot.it, then enter the game pin as 9701384 and also log in yourself with the nickname. Thank you. Sagana, Love, two participants are entered. Dear participants, kindly join the quiz as soon as possible. It have 10 multiple choice questions. Four participants. Game pin is 9701384. 9701384 is a game pin for our quiz. This is also shown in chat box. This is visible in our screen also. 10 participants, 11 participants now. Kindly join immediately. 13 participants, 14. Okay, now start our quiz. Start our quiz. Rasika, you can handle. First question, app sheet is here. Sorry. So in our scoreboard, Sadhana is in leading place. So it's time for second question. Application created using app sheet can be supported in mobile, tablet, web, all of the above. Time is going on. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again in scoreboard, Sadhana is in leading place. Now it's time for question 3. Data source that can be used, Google Sheet, Excel, Cloud, SQL, all of the above. So result is now leading in Puffy is with 2,500 points. So now fourth question. Google app can be used with coding knowledge, without prior coding knowledge, detailed study of the app. Then fourth choice is none of the above. So time 3, 2, 1. Quickly answer. So now the scoreboard is again Puffy cases with 3,364 points. Now the question number is 5. Development can be carried out in mobile, tablet, computer, and all of the above. Time 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is now the result is scoreboard leading again Puffy is with 4,292 points. Now the next question. AppSheet is a product of Google Workspace, Amazon Workspace, Yahoo, Mail. Answer quickly. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So now the result scoreboard. Again same Puffy is with 5,215 points. So time for next question. Question number 7. Advantage of AppSheet. So first choice faster, safer, easier. Second slower and safe. Third interactive. Fourth none of the above. 3, 2, 1, 0. So now the scoreboard showing the result. Same person, Puffy is in leading person, leading. So now the time for eighth question. Is AppSheet beginners friendly? Yes, absolutely. Second, never. Third, slightly. Fourth, none of the above. So time is going on. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. So now the result scoreboard. Again the same person, Puppy Kiss. So ninth question. AppSheet allow you to have a dash experience. Hassle-free deployment, unalterable deployment, stubborn deployment, and fourth one is none of the above. Three, two, one, and now time up. The scoreboard. Again the same Puffy case with 7,948 points. 3 in a row. Then the last question or 10th question, AppSheet is a low price tool, great low code tool, inconvenient for developing internal tools, and final one is none of the above. So timing is going on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now 0. So the final result for the AppSheet. Xavier is the third person, third place. And Sahana now is in second place, and now the first place goes to Puffy Case with 8,966 points. Thank you. Now participants kindly fill the feedback link and get the certificate. Thank you.
I'm grateful to the esteemed delegates of the webinar for the pleasure and efforts in making this event a great success. I also extend my sincere thanks to our honored resource person and the heads of the departments of CSE, IT, EEE, ECE, AIDS, AIML, Civil, Mechanical, CSBS, and Cybersecurity. Thanks for making this event a great success.
Thanks, Vaishnavi. Thank you.
Thank you to all participants for making this occasion is very great success. Thank you to all for joining this meet. Thank you.
Thanks to all the participants. Thank you very much. You can leave.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam.